Today we give thanks to God for the gift of human life. I was born, my mother gave birth to me in September of 1972. In January of 1973, perhaps there was the most unjust Supreme Court decision in the history of this great country, which pitted then mother against child in the womb. I would often think about churches with empty pews. How many people should be there who are not? I think about the seminary where I taught. How many students should be there who were not? Everyone on this earth was someone's child. And we should remember this as we celebrate also the gift of human life and the gift of mothers who bear their children. With freedom comes responsibility, and we as Catholics must use our freedom to help support mothers, to help them raise up children who are virtuous. But again, to build a culture of life, we must put a definitive end to the culture of death. The overturning of the decision of Roe versus Wade is not the end, but it is the beginning. It is the beginning of really and truly building the culture of life and the civilization of love. No, there were difficulties that people face and still face today. But we do not solve our problems simply by getting rid of people. We solve our problems by cherishing people and valuing them. Indeed, we need not only to grow holy, but to grow in love of God and our neighbor, who is made in God's image and likeness. We prove our love for God by loving our neighbor, even the neighbor who does not love us back. We prove our love for God by caring for an elderly parent who can no longer care for himself or herself. We prove our love for God by feeding the hungry and clothing the naked and sheltering the homeless. But we would be remiss in our duty, in our responsibility, if we failed to care for the weakest and most innocent members of our society, our children, born and unborn. And so when other people insult us for defending and protecting human life, we should still say, I love you, and I forgive you. We're not just against abortion. We are truly pro-life in every stage of life, unequivocally and unapologetically so. With every breath of our being, we cry out to the God who is the Lord and giver of life, that we worship and adore him. As long as I have breath in my body, I will follow the example of my parents, who, to the very last, gave everything they could for the God who is the author of life.